Welcome to the Business of School podcast, brought to you by Cole Connect. Get ready for a journey of topical insights, engaging conversations, and maybe a few aha moments from the business, finance, and technology side of schools. Cole School experts are your host, and with our guests from the world of education, we're about to embark on a learning adventure to support you in the business of your school.
Welcome to the Business of School podcast.
We're at the ASBA conference in Darwin on the theme of resilience at the top end, and we're looking forward to talking to as many of the suppliers and business managers and attendants here to talk about resilience in the business of schools. Hello Lee, thanks for joining us on the podcast here at ASBA.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Kenton. So, my name's Lee Fisher. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at the Office School System. We're headquartered out of Brisbane, but we also operate nationally across Australia.
Excellent. And what solution or service are you showcasing here at ASBA?
As you know, Kenton, under the Office School System umbrella, we've been focusing on school management and learning analytics solutions for decades now, for over 40 years.
Sure have, yeah.
And we have a full school management system in the TAS product. We have a student information system in Edumate. We have Track One Studio, learning analytics, and then we have Orbit, which is our new native mobile application. So hard to say there's one thing that we're showcasing, but we've been talking to existing customers and some prospects around the entire offering.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously the theme of the conference this year has been around resilience in schools. What's the solutions that the Alpha School System offering to schools? How is that helping support schools, especially in high pressure operational environments in schools?
Yeah, for sure. I think resilience is going to also come from just having a very strong foundation and systems that they can trust in and they can rely upon. So making sure, as we do, we've dedicated, as I say, for 40 odd years. There's a lot of depth of knowledge within the team, and that translates into some very comprehensive solutions that schools can put in place that help support their processes, but it increases efficiency, it fills gaps in some of those processes, and ultimately they do rely on it to manage their entire operation. So I think that's a significant way that we help to improve resilience.
Yeah. And also add from being someone else within the sector as a partner. I think we admire the way that TAS have always worked with other vendors as well.
Yeah,
to integrate and to create that support environment for schools as well.
Yeah, it's an excellent point, and it has been a real focus for us to be able to do that. We'll focus on what's core, to our business, but then we know that there's so many different areas of a school environment that every staff member is engaging with, and we're not going to cover all of them. So we just want to make sure that we can, from a data interoperability perspective, but even like partners like yourselves, at Cole School experts, to say, okay, some people are finding it really difficult to find staff at the moment. I had a lady come to me yesterday and just saying she's needing a payroll officer, but isn't able to find one. Yeah. And so we talked, but actually we did. And I think that outsourcing services like that as well, and having partners like yourselves, whether they're affiliates or traditional partners, it doesn't matter. It's just having those connections where you can refer people so they can get that dollar that they need. And I think reporting and compliance obligations is also a big theme at the moment we're hearing. Yeah. So, and people change roles. So I think having consistency and standardized systems that do that for you, and such as what we do in our school management systems, is also another great way that people can say, okay, we know we are resilient because our processes, our practices, and our systems that underpin all of that are working for us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent. So what are some of the biggest challenges that schools are coming up to talk to you guys about at the moment?
Okay, consolidation is the first one that comes to mind. Right. So having lots of schools that are saying, okay, we're reviewing our technology ecosystem. We have so many siloed or disparate systems, and we're just wanting to bring all of that together.
Yeah, it's a really big ecosystem. It's just too hard to manage.
It really is. And then you've got different information in multiple systems. You're wanting staff to have pending permissions, of course, but access to the same information, regardless of where they are. They're operating within one system rather than having to go to several different systems to get things. So, yeah, consolidation's really been a big thing. Next one I'd say is improving engagements out in their parent and carer community. Okay. So that's actually been massive as well. And so we've recognised that through just listening with our partners, talking with schools, and hearing what they're wanting to do. And this is going back probably 3 years now, where we've dedicated a team to develop out native mobile application in Orbit that I spoke about. And that's really helping because it just means that from a parent and carer and even staff, they can do those really important tasks on the go, as opposed to thinking, I've got to wait till I get back to my computer, and then maybe forgetting about it or not incorporating all your detail that they wanted to. So yeah, consolidation and improving the communication and engagement with their wider community.
Awesome. So why is it so important for you personally and for the Alpha School System team to be here at ASBA conference?
Oh yeah. Oh look, we love supporting ASBA. I think coming in and supporting all of the school business administrators is a great thing. So being a sponsor, being here and supporting is one way that we can do that. I think it's important because we have so many conversations with so many existing customers all in one place. Yeah. So they see us, we're here all the time, they know we're supporting, but if there's one thing on their mind, they can pop in, have a chat, and we can answer that for them straight away. And second to that, we do have lots of schools at the moment that are looking at a bit of change in their systems. And so being here from from a sales perspective, finding prospective opportunities is also another great value. And I also think from my side as well, in looking at the trends, like what's happening, so engaging with our partners, engaging with customers, getting feedback from industry in general to say, are we seeing any changes? Are there shifts? What trends are occurring? Where are people going? So that we're really well aligned in 5-10 years from now.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. Enjoy.
You're welcome. Thanks so much, Kenton.
Thank you. Oh, Johnny, thanks for joining us on the podcast here.
Good morning, Kenton. Thanks for asking me to be here. That's a pleasure.
Yeah, would you mind introducing, first of all, to the audience who you are and who you represent today?
Absolutely. So I'm Johnny Ioanu. I'm the Director of Business at Cardine College. I've got a bit of a dual hat. I'm also the Deputy Chair of ASBA Limited, a great privilege, and I'm wearing this
very funky shirt
because I'm also the chair of the organising committee for the 2025 ASBA National Conference,
which has been a great event, by the way.
So thank you. Really appreciate it.
And the team for what you've put on. So
yeah, thank you.
Really good. Let's maybe start off and talk about the theme of the conference, which has been resilience at the top end. What's that meant to you in your roles? Well, let's say roles, yes.
Yeah, look, resilience is a very important aspect of what we do today, and schools are going through ever change, and certainly scrutiny about schools is more so than it's ever been. So resilience is really important about how we are and what we do in our roles. But look, what I want to really focus about is what the ASBA conference is really about. And for me personally, it's about friendship. Yeah. It's about spending time with our colleagues. It's about actually sharing ideas and talking about how things are going. The ASBA family is a wonderful family and one that we are certainly united. One of the things I always say about the national conference is where our territorial boundaries actually collapse, and we come together as one. To see people, have that ability to actually learn, but also spend quality time in a social function and get to know people, make new friends. Yeah. Very, very important and important about what we do.
Yeah, and I think even to talk about boundaries being dropped, I think the whole integration that we experience as suppliers in the sector as well with schools, and how there is really such an ethos of trying to support one another and collaboration that goes on as well. It's a great environment to be in.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And as the chair and being on ASBA Limited, we sincerely value our partnerships with our sponsors for many reasons. Obviously, ASBA can't do what we do without you, but also in our roles, it's important to actually be able to come to an environment like this where we've got so many sponsors here with different options and products, and we learn from that. We see what new initiatives it can bring back into our schools. So that just enhances the way we do things. So it's just a wonderful thing all around, I think.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And let's just go back home a little bit, back to school. How are you promoting resilience within your team back at school? Like, what sort of things are you having to do to support them in challenging times?
Look, I think it's about developing your staff and giving the opportunity to grow and really putting trust. And trust is not just saying we're giving them trust. It's about actually backing that up by giving them responsibility. But it's important, in times of need that they understand that you're there with them, that you travel that road with them. It's not about just saying, well, this is your role and away you go and you do that. It's about building that team environment and knowing that together that team at times of need comes together and supports each other. Yeah. That builds resilience and that builds a real understanding that, we're in it together along that way. So I think there's many ways you do that, but certainly allowing your staff to take on responsibility and to grow and to really feel valued amongst what you do, I think is a very critical aspect.
Yeah, excellent. And stepping back a little bit and looking at the sector as a whole, are you seeing any particular emerging trends that you think are going to shape the future of schools?
Yeah, look, it's a very, very good question. I think schools have, one of the beautiful things about schools has been the personal interaction that you have. And that's with your families and your community and so forth. Yeah. That's a very important element. But we are moving towards a world now where technology is very much coming into automated processes around what we do. And there's reasons for that. It's around efficiency and getting, I guess, better traction in being able to get things done because schools are growing. Compliance is the biggest it's ever been along those lines. And our time is very much getting, limited in that regards. But I think I also want to talk about, AI. I think AI is just beyond just education. It's the next thing coming through. It probably hasn't come into schools as much yet, but I think it is the future. It's going to be the future. And it'll be interesting to see how schools take that on board and how we navigate through that and see exactly what that means for us and how that's going to impact the way we do things. So as I said, it's still evolving, but it's quite interesting to see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your insights today, and we appreciate all the work you've done this week.
Anytime.
Enjoy the
Appreciate
rest
it.
of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome, Andrew, to the podcast.
Yeah, fantastic to be here.
Before we start, maybe you could just tell everybody what your role is and where you're from.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from Queensland. I've been in the business for nearly 10 years now. I look after the Queensland Toowoomba branch. Generally on these sort of things, we're trying to get managers from each state. We're a national service provider. So, yeah.
All right, brilliant. So what service is Higgins showcasing in ASBA this year? Tell us a little bit about what you're...
Yeah, absolutely. Extremely excited this year to bring some innovation in altitude services, the new product that we've launched. So it's drone washing, which has really been a success here. I think a lot of interest across all managers.
Fascinating seeing the drones are washing outside of the conference centre when you get off the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to see someone else here that's obviously shown interest in that initiative as well.
Yeah, that's good. Should we talk about some challenges that schools are bringing in?
Challenge really is around, we've got a lot of business managers coming to us with how do we, I guess, bang for buck with services. So we've got a range of services across from our drone washing now to our new flooring rejuvenation product. We really want to give them a one-stop service that the business managers can come to us and we can do a master plan of the school and create a better looking environment for learning.
Because it's not about getting the work done. It's the planning, the strategic side around it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's multiple stages around getting something like that out of the ground where a long-term partnership we need to build with the school and payment plans and payment options too that we can really provide the schools.
Because there's just so much that links in with enrolments of school as well, that the outward appearance of the facilities and the campus and what parents see is just so critical, but at the same time takes so much of the budget out of the school, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's incredibly important for especially prestigious schools. Generally, it's the parents they'll drive past the school. If it looks tired and not appealing, they'll generally go past it. So it's so important to have these colleges and campuses looking their best at all times.
Yeah, good. And Higgins have been a major sponsor of ASBA events for quite a while. Tell us,
Absolutely.
why is it so important for you and Higgins to be here at ASBA Darwin this year?
Yeah, family-owned business and operated for over 75 years now, with 26 branches nationally. It's super important. We're a Platinum partner and have been for 10 years now. So we see some real leaders that we've had long-term relationships. So giving back to the community, well, of partnerships and school programs and academic scholarships, we really we get enjoyment out of that.
That's
as well.
great. Well, thank you for your support. Thanks for joining us on the podcast and sharing some insights there.
Excellent.
All the best for the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Hello, Christian. Welcome to the podcast here at ASBA.
Thanks for having me.
Brilliant.
So my name's Christian Brennan. I'm the Strategic Partnerships Director at Student Ride Holistic School Transport Solutions. So it kind of breaks down into three areas. Transport, whatever that picture looks like, your own buses, outsourced buses, or a mixture of the two, or you're looking to procure new ones, we help there. Technology, home to school technology, sports and trips technology, and reporting technology. And then a management element where we oversee operations, we have to handle all communications, the whole 9 yards. And we do it on a consultancy basis. So we say, let's have a look at what you're doing, the lay of the land, because every school's different, very nuanced. And then we say, this is what it looks like from a school transport management perspective. This is the true picture of what's going on. Here are a few recommendations. And then you guys discuss that internally and see what you want to do.
Okay, awesome. That sounds like a really good service with good schools for it. Be applicable for most, I would thought as well.
Everyone spends money on transport in some way or another,
Yeah, excellent. The theme of the conference this year is about resilience at the top end.
Yeah.
How does your offering as an organisation support resilience in schools in these challenging times?
Okay, yes. So resilience in terms of one of our, I suppose, major selling points is, and the benefit of the technology that we offer, is it has a huge reduction on admin load. So transport, as many business managers and CFOs and schools will know, is one of them things that kind of grows organically and it gets a little bit out of hand and it's no one's real dedicated job. So it's spread across a few different job titles and it can weigh people down, especially when things go wrong and it's panic stations. So to outsource that management and have technology to streamline that administration, it improves resilience across the board.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. And what's some of the biggest challenges that schools are coming to you that looking for you to help solve?
So in the Australian market, we've been doing this for 10 years in the UK. It's very well honed, very well refined. And what we've noticed in the Australian market is all the transport situations are different in terms of who owns what bus and if they outsource or if they do it in-house or mixture. But the technology options on the market pretty much SaaS options. So it's software as a service. This will do great technology tracking and things like that, but it's a plug in and play and you handle it, and there's admin that comes with it. So what we offer as a solution is the technology, but also the management on top. So it just reduces the admin.
That's awesome, brilliant.
Yeah.
And why is it so important for you guys to be here at ASBA in Darwin this year?
So we went to pretty much every ASBA show last year, other than I think it was SANT that conflicted. Amazing network of exhibitors, but also business managers and CFOs are the people who this falls upon in schools. It's their issues and it's their challenges, and we provide evidently a really good solution to that. And it's new to Australia, so it's all about, for us, branding and getting the message out there and educating the market that this is now an option. It's now an option in Australia, so we're excited to roll it out.
Excellent, that's really good. And you had lots of good engagement this week?
Yes, we have. We picked up we entered the market last May. We've got clients in 4 different states already, just between May and January. We've had a lot of interest this time. I'm so glad we brought 3 guys with us to help with that load. We're going to be very busy, I think, for the 3 weeks.
All the best. I hope you ever success.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kenton.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Business of School podcast. We've enjoyed the conversation today and would love to have you join us for future episodes. Please hit the subscribe button and follow the links below to find more information and resources to support you and your school team. Until next time, keep being innovative, keep being awesome, and remember, there is always opportunity to improve on the journey. Thanks for connecting.